Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geekonomics. We're back. It's another Monday. It's another show. That's right. It's a Monday, and we're actually doing a show. It's an odd occurrence, but it's happening.
Yes.
Brian's here. I'm here. We're going to talk all things nerd that happened in the past week. But first off, as always, how was your week, Brian?
My week, Mark. Wasn't much. I didn't watch much of anything, to be honest with you.
You know why? Because I think it was the first week of somewhat decent weather.
Yeah. Well, we had 70-degree weather on Friday, which was amazing. I had been walking more. This month I'm getting back up there in my daily walks, and then I really didn't watch anything other than nothing really worthy to talk about here. Yeah. We did finish our board game, the Legacy board
King's
game,
Dilemma.
King's Dilemma, Saturday night, which was a lot of fun. And there's a Queen's Dilemma coming out next year.
Yes.
And it brings up some interesting conversation about these kinds of games. And you brought this up afterwards, how I didn't realize it was one and done. I thought you could get a couple plays out of it, like after beating it. But you spend $75 or more.
Yes.
And then you play this game that could go 15 to 20 odd rounds.
Yeah.
You beat it.
Yeah.
You have a stack of envelopes you've never opened. You have a bunch of other things you've never seen.
Accomplished.
And then you throw it away.
Yeah. Well, not like physically, but you just never use it again because you can't do anything with it.
Well, technically you either take all the paper out and recycle what you can, if it's recyclable, or you just throw it in the trash, or you hold on to it, but it just takes up a big box for no reason. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but at the same time, it is very wasteful.
That's my first thought. My first thought when I read into it after we played the first time, I looked into it because I was like, what is these legacy games like? Because I want to know about it. And I looked into it, read up on it, and I'm like, it's kind of weird that this is a thing in 2022, that with all this stuff that we talk about with, recycling and, sustainability and everything, that this is a thing, that there's a games being made that you only play once and then never, ever touch again. Which I guess, more I thought about it, is it's basically like a video game.
Yes, but a video game can be passed on to other people to play.
I understand, yeah, but I'm saying, it's like I'm pretty sure there's something else that's like that you like use once and food. You use once and never use it again because you eat it and it's gone.
Yeah, but your body recycles it.
Yes, exactly. But it's kind of strange how it's like a weird thing. It's a very odd.
I can't really compare it to anything because media can be reused.
Yeah.
This you cannot, unless I was thinking about this, unless you white out. You take white out and you white out everything and you put everything back in the envelopes. In the sticker part, obviously you just leave those there. Or you take them off. You can take stickers off, but you can white out. But
you can't do that with the big stickers though, because they go into the book, and in the book you have the score sheet and everything, and it's like impossible to do. There's no way you really can do it.
That's true.
It also just seems like I don't know. It's a very strange concept.
It is a strange concept. It's fun. It's definitely interesting.
Because I thought about it yesterday as I was explaining it to Claire's family when I was talking to them about it. They're like, so what is this thing you were playing with your friends? Because my sister-in-law called Claire Saturday and she was trying to explain to Sarah what I was doing with like hanging out with my friends. She's like, oh, he's playing some legacy board game or something. She's like, what's that? And Claire's like, I have no idea how to explain it. So I was trying to explain it to them, and then that's their first response was, so you just throw it away afterwards? You can't like play it again? Like, nope. That's it.
It's weird. But I mean, you make a good point. In the day and age that we talk about, we're trying to use less of things and be
Yeah,
no bags and using less plastics and recycling more.
yeah.
It is an odd thing that
This is a
I
thing.
this is a thing. You're right. I agree with you. It's interesting.
Because you'd think like the solution to it would be. So I was thinking about it just now, popped in my head. Like if the envelope portion of it and like the book part of it was like digital.
Yeah. Like on a
But
tablet.
then how would you get like if you then like how would you get the cards? But I guess that would be more expensive for the people that produce the game.
Yeah. Well, I think for the company, it makes people buy more of this
Yeah,
game.
because you can only play it once. So if you want to play it again and
you
find
gotta
a
buy a
different
new one.
result, you have to go back and buy another one.
Yeah.
So it's profitable for them.
Yes. Yes.
Because I even said like in the chat, I was like, I wouldn't mind playing this again and just choosing different houses.
But we can't because, like you said,
You have to buy a new one and do it again.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking too, is like we kind of know what the result is, kind of. But I think you wouldn't have the same result. You would have certain things that would like come about again. But
Right. There was a lot of cards we never even opened. Like
yeah.
a stack of them. There was a stack of cards,
Yeah.
envelopes, never opened.
Oh yeah, a huge stack.
Huge
and
stack.
Even ones that we never even played that we had in the stack.
Right.
I was thinking too, is like it'd be interesting to play it again. Because I don't think we remember everything that we had done.
No, I don't.
So there's not like we could play it again and not have the same result.
And you could
That would
use
be interesting to see if we did get the same result. That's what I would be interested in.
You could, because there's one page, the score sheet, which we did not use. John could literally go and make photocopies of that.
Yeah.
And that we you know what I'm saying? Like we could still have more, we can photocopy that and use that for score sheets. The only thing is you have to white out the names on the cards, just wipe those out, which isn't
no, I'm saying like if he bought a new game, or one of us bought a new version of that and replayed it from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm just
saying
you
can use the one we already have because you already use the stickers and things.
But what I'm saying is take the stickers off. He has tons of stickers not used. And we could white out the playing cards that had our names at the bottom, white those out. And
you can't do it that way though, because you got to use the stickers, because the stickers go on top of other stickers. So if you replay it again, you might get the same sticker again.
Oh.
Then you can't do anything. Yeah, so that's why you can only play it once.
I don't know. But it's an interesting concept. It is kind of a wasteful concept, but it's a money-making concept. So I don't know. I don't know.
To me, it seems like the thing that would make it less one and done would be if you could, instead of the stickers that we would get and put on the top of those game board, if those were just like, I don't know if you remember like your grandparents. I know my grandmother had like the prayer bread that had like all the little cards in it.
Yeah.
Cards that shape, like the small little rectangles. And you could like slide them into the thing or some way where you could stack them on top of each other.
Right. That would be good.
That would give you more than one use thing out of it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's interesting. So it was fun though. I mean, I'm glad we finished it. I didn't think we would. I thought we would go another night.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was pretty much my big thing of the week, to be honest with you. And the weather was just so nice.
And if no surprise to anyone, John's the one who won. He brought the game. He knew all the rules, and he ended up winning.
Well, he won by 1 point, so I don't. It was like
that's because Dan didn't listen to my directions when I gave him to him.
I mean, I got like 60, and what John won by 61, right?
No, Dan was 1 point behind John. You were behind me. I think me and you were tied, and then
we were tied.
Us. Yeah. I
mean,
there's a way it could have won, but without having Hutzel on board and understanding what was going on, which he didn't seem to understand anything that was going on the whole time we were playing the game. it was very difficult to make it work. So
Well, I think once we took his
phone
tablet
away,
away
he
from
lost
him,
interest.
he paid attention more.
No, because at the end of the game, he still had no clue what was going on.
He's
He have his
fidgeting.
phone for like hours.
He's got his
Shuffle
card,
cards, sniffing and snoffing.
snippets, nothing.
Oh,
But we had fun. We had fun. Mark, beyond that, how was your week?
it was good. It was good. Like you said, I didn't think there was anything I did blow through waiting for Halo. I got Paramount Plus again.
Yeah.
So, which we'll talk about in a little while. But I watched the next season of Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
That's on there because I'd watched the previous 2 seasons back when I had Paramount Plus the last time I had it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I got time to kill and I'm waiting for Halo. Might as well watch this show and see what's going on. It's all right. It's nothing to write home about.
You're right. Right.
It's a good show. It's about
You
space.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It was a time killer.
Yeah.
But no, besides that, I didn't really watch much else. Just like you said, we did the game board night Saturday and then had my niece's birthday party yesterday. She turned 12.
Wow.
So, yeah.
They grow so quickly.
Growing up fast, these kids. Like weeds even.
Well,
the kids from my neighborhood, that's Mariah's age, got married over the weekend. And it was kind of crazy how Mariah posted it. I remember when they took it, the first day of school that Mariah's first day of school.
Yeah.
She went to back in the day, her and all the kids in the neighborhood that were the same age took a photo of them. One of the parents took it of all of them, like 6 of them together for their first day of school. And then at the wedding, they were all together again and they took another photo.
Oh, wow.
6 of them all in the same like spots from when they were on the other photo. So that was kind of crazy seeing that.
We're getting old.
Yeah.
They're getting old now.
Yeah. Mariah's going to be like 28, I think.
Oh my
July.
God.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
28?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mark, don't be telling me. I
We're
was
gonna be
telling
43
you.
this year.
I know, but I remember Mariah when she was
She's
7.
15 years younger than us.
I know.
So that's how that works, Brian.
I know.
I know. My brother's going to be 38 this year.
He always looks 38, so it doesn't bother me. He's always looked like older than he has been.
That's true. Everyone thinks he's an older brother. So
he's got the baby face, but the hair on his face makes him a little bit older.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm rewatching Scrubs, and I got to the in season 5, where is the musical episode with Guy Love
Between Two Guys,
which we used to sing to each other, and
yes.
Then the episode where they were like, there's an Iraqi, a soldier from the Iraq War,
yes. PTSD episode.
Well, one hasn't happened yet. This one was a mine blew up and he
oh yeah. Okay, I remember.
he had a head injury.
Yeah.
And Dr. Kelso, it becomes his narrative this episode. Yeah. And everybody's arguing about the war. Yes. And it brought me back to that time. Yeah. Brought me back. I don't really feel there's much argument going on now, but I mean,
yeah.
About invading Iraq.
Yeah.
Over either you were like, I'm supporting the troops, these are terrorists, or these are false pretenses. We're going into war we shouldn't be going into. Yeah. And that was the argument. And it was so interesting. It brought me back to working at Chi-Chi's and me and my manager arguing, and like, then you can go out. Things really haven't changed much now.
Yeah, no.
But
oddly enough, yesterday, Claire's family, which I think I've told this story before on here, when they do the birthday song, after they do the birthday song, they sing the Chi-Chi's birthday song.
I think you told me this.
Yeah. So every time they do it, I'm like, oh, Brian, Chi-Chi's.
Do you say Olay at the end?
They do. Yes.
You gotta say Olay.
Yes.
I think it doesn't go happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Olay.
Olay. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I didn't
Flashback,
even
right?
remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it was something that their mom used to do because they used to go to Chi-Chi's in Enfield all the time.
I probably waited on them.
That's what Claire still to this day thinks, that at one point you must have waited on her family at one point.
It's also scary because back then we used to make people stand on the chair.
Yeah, she remembers doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, but like in hindsight, I'm like, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
The chair breaks or something, that wobbles.
If they fall off the chair, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we would make old people stand on it, drunk people, young people. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Stand on the chair.
It's the 80s and it's the 90s, man. Whatever. Times were a little bit less strict as they were
Wild West, early 2000s.
Yeah, man. Have some scallions.
Yeah. So, all right, Mark, I have news.
Okay.
Let's jump into. We'll save the boys trailer for last. I haven't watched a trailer, so let's save that for last because I can watch it and we could talk about some stuff.
Okay.
I found this news to be very interesting. Next week we have the premiere of Moon Knight, which comes out on Wednesday.
Yes, the 30th.
30th. So the reason Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke were both attracted to this series,
yes,
was that it is not connected. It's okay. I'm going to word this in a way
that makes sense to you.
No, to you, because I'm going to say it the Kazaska way, which will make sense to nobody.
That's true.
Only me.
That's true.
It is part of the MCU. We all know this.
Yes.
But it is not connected to anything else happening in the MCU.
Yes.
So I think we can put to bed any cameos of any kind.
Yeah.
There's an article on IGN about this and how this story, it's one story about Moon Knight. There's no
overreaching story involved. He's not like back to Doctor Strange's story. There's not going to be that they're saying.
But they're just saying, like Oscar Isaac was saying how he loved Iron Man because that was like the first MCU movie and it wasn't connected to anything and it was just about Iron Man.
Yeah.
And he was saying how this story is just about Moon Knight and about that character.
It's his origin story.
Yes, it's his origin story.
Yeah, the MCU.
Yeah. They said
doesn't mean the next season couldn't be connected to Moon Knight.
Right.
Bigger MCU.
But what they're saying, ultimately it can lead to a bigger thing in the MCU, but they're saying this is a concise story that is just Moon Knight.
Like a one-shot.
Yeah.
A Marvel one-shot comic.
And Moon Knight, when you read Moon Knights, they're generally like that. You could read one issue of Moon Knight and you don't have to feel, I have to read 50 before this to know what's going on. Moon Knights are pretty good back in the day.
Even now, the story now of Moon Knight, his comic now, is very loosely tied to the bigger MCU. Like the only part of it that's any kind of connection to the bigger MCU is that the therapist that he is working with was assigned to him from the Avengers.
Right.
Because they wanted to help him out. That's the extent of the Avengers okay, you could still keep doing what you're doing, but you have to have at least a therapist that we approve of. Yeah. To keep you under control, I guess, or whatever. And so there's no real tangible connection back to anything else. As of right now.
The show. There's a new storyline in Moon Knight that just started this month. They finished off the last story, which was only 4 or 5 issues.
Yeah, Zodiac.
Yeah, and they're starting a new one.
Yeah.
And basically this show is just about the multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
Moon Knight. Hi,
Okay.
Sandy.
All right. Good.
So I thought that was interesting. Also, I feel like it obviously they're not going to tell us everything. You're absolutely right there, Mark. But I kind of feel it's nice that we don't have to speculate. Someone's going to show up. It's just like this is a story about one character. There, it's not going to be like what happens in this. It's going to
connect to
connect
Strange or any other things.
Does Sandy leave? Is that?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. You were looking over there. I thought she was just like staring at you.
No.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. This starts next week. You said 6 episodes.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing. 6 episodes. The 6-episode story arc. And then then it's time for Doctor Strange.
Now, I feel like Disney and the MCU with television has done this a lot, but they just put out all the Netflix shows on there. They didn't censor anything.
No,
IGN
big publicity. Big publicity this weekend. I saw all over TV. The little TV I've watched this weekend, but there's been ads all weekend.
Yeah,
about the Netflix shows coming home to Disney Plus.
Yes, I've seen those too, and I had to change the parental things to TVMA for all my profiles. Yes. I had no idea that was gonna. Well, I knew it was gonna happen, but it's not by default. You have once you log in, it asks you to do it.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. Yeah.
You could turn it off. You could turn it on, so you could still have children, and they can have a Disney Plus.
Really, you can? You're not gonna make you get rid of them?
You can let me finish. You can have children who will have a Disney Plus account and you can have it on and they won't even know those shows exist, is what I was saying. Smartass.
Disney Plus will still let you have children. They're not going to take it away from you.
You know, in the future, in 100 years, when Disney owns everything, they might be telling us how many
might allow you a certain amount of children you could have.
Yeah.
They have that already. It's called China.
Yes. And Disney will be turning, they'll turn the US into the new China.
Yeah.
We can only fit 2 kids at our amusement parks, so you're only allowed to have 2 children.
Family. Your hotel room can only allow this many.
Yeah.
Other children at home.
So on to other news. The box office. Spider-Man No Way Home has hit digital. I picked it up. I watched all the bonus features. There's not on digital. The main bonus features are going to be on the physical release, but I got to see some behind the scenes stuff, some blooper stuff, which were a lot of fun.
Are they going to initiate the stuff that's on the physical copies? Like when that comes out, will that show up on the digital versions?
I don't know.
That could be like a time release thing. Like they won't release them until their hard copies are out.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. All I know is I didn't get. I only got a couple of featurettes. I didn't get a deleted scenes with the other 2. I didn't get any of that. So, which is fine. I just want to have it so I can watch the movie early.
Yeah.
It's $20 on Vudu. It's the 4K version. I mean, I'll get the 4K Blu-ray because it's going to be the best quality off a disc anyway. Yeah. But back to box office news. The Batman wins the domestic weekend. It crosses the 300 million in North America. No Way Home leaves the top 5 for the first time in 14 weeks since it came out, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
We haven't had a movie do that in a long time. I mean, probably since The Force Awakens was on the top 10, the top 5 for just as long, maybe.
Yeah. Or Endgame, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Endgame too.
Yeah.
So Batman did open in China, but it only made 12 million, but 43% of the country's theaters are closed because of the spike in COVID cases.
Oh boy.
Which is not good because China and Europe are getting huge spikes in COVID cases right now. And that makes me concerned about us, but that's not why we're here to talk about. You can go to your local news channels to figure that one out.
Yes. You can go to your selected fake news channels to listen to that.
Right. Uncharted took 3rd place with 8 million, and globally Uncharted has done 337 million. And fourth place is X, which is a 70s slashers movie, which I'm going to be seeing this Thursday.
Yes, that's one where it's like A24, right? That's A24 movie. There's a lot of A24 movies coming out.
Yeah,
like recently, like they've like a plethora of stuff.
It's the 70. I've seen the trailer look really good. Like these people are going to make a 70s porno flick in this like house.
They find this old farmhouse.
Crazy shit happens.
Crazy old lady.
I'll have a review next week.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Crazy old lady is possessed by a demon or some sort and kills everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. So, and then Dog rounded up the top 5 with 4 million.
Yes.
Which it's funny, I forget that movie's out, but I think you can also watch it at home too.
You can. I think there's one of those things you can watch it on.
Yeah.
Dog seems like those, like the movie that was like pitched to like someone's mom.
Moms and aunts. Or like, I want Channing Tatum and Dog.
Like the commercial now, like literally says, like, don't worry, the dog doesn't die. Come watch Dog.
That's a big concern. When you watch Marley and Me, I cried my fucking eyes.
Oh God, that's one of the things I just like. That's one of the few things I just like Jennifer Aniston for is that movie.
Dude,
that was a gut wrencher.
Oh God, yeah, it was. And
sucker punch right to the solar plexus.
It's like it was great up until the end, and you're like, holy crap, why did I put myself through this?
Yeah.
Marley and Me.
But they said like the dog doesn't die. So my thing now is Channing Tatum die? Is that like the
No, I think Channing Tatum gets him home, or he's probably taking the dog somewhere, right?
He's into a farm and he lives on a farm the rest of his life.
On
a farm.
Who's Old Yeller?
Yes. It's okay, boy.
It's okay. We're taking you to the farm.
As soon as I saw that trailer when we were at I can't remember which movie it was that we were at, and it was right before it, that trailer for that movie. And I said to him, like, I literally said, like, oh, there's a movie everyone's mom's gonna like. Channing Tatum and a dog.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Sold.
Moms
are there.
Mark, it was a hat. And there was just actors and animals.
Yes.
And they pulled out those two.
Yeah.
And
it could have been like Harrison Ford and a dolphin.
They've already done a Harrison Ford and dog movie a couple years ago.
Yeah, they did.
And the dog
now they're like going through the younger guys. They're like, oh, it didn't work out too well for the old guy. Let's get a young guy in here and see if that works. That
dog was CG too.
It was.
It was a CG dog the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it was like they were making the dog like they were doing.
The dog dies in that one, so that's why they didn't want a real dog to die. So
they don't kill the dog.
No, the dog. Wasn't it called the Wild or something?
Yeah, it's called the Wild.
Yeah, the dog dies in that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying they don't really kill a real dog on film.
Oh, I know. I think that's like that. For some reason, they figured it'd be easier to get a fake dog.
Well, the dog does crazy stuff. Like they're in the Arctic, and the dog is I
read the book when I was younger.
Yeah, the dog is doing beyond dog things. So you wouldn't have a real dog.
Yeah. It feeds itself.
It feeds itself.
Cuts steaks with a knife.
It picks up its own poop.
Yeah.
You never see a dog dump on these movies, huh?
Well, that's probably real. Because why would you want to see anything dump?
Well, I mean, dogs dump, and it would be funny if a dog dumped at an inappropriate time. It'd be funny.
I guess.
Like Channing Tatum is like trying to like mac on some girl, and the dog just takes a steamer because he hasn't walked them in a while. Okay. No? Just me? Okay.
I think it's just you that has a weird thing for dog pooping.
Oh boy. Where am I going? I've lost my mind.
There'll never be a movie called Cat. I can tell you that.
No.
For being a new cat owner, I could never see anyone making a movie where they're like, I'm going to take this cat across country to someone's house.
Mark, there's a movie with Oscar Isaac and a cat. It's based on a real story. It's one of Oscar Isaac's first movies. He plays this musician who this cat becomes like very fond of him, and he's like a local artist.
Yeah.
And it's about him traveling with this cat in his musical career. I don't know the name, but Oscar Isaac's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm just saying, I don't think there's gonna be one where it's like someone like brings a cat cross country and the madcap hilarity that is
Milo and Otis. Milo and Otis.
Well, that was a dog and a cat.
Yeah, and they went cross country. Remember?
Yeah, I guess.
And
I'm just saying, I just don't see like cats being as accommodating to being traveled across country.
Well, you're right. You're right. But they did make those movies.
Being a new cat owner, I can't get my cat to like come near me if I wanted to. I don't see how you're going to make a cat do anything else.
My cats won't leave me alone.
Well, now it like certain when it wants to. I'm saying it's like I can't like if I wanted to like.
Yeah.
I'm in the mood to pet you. It's like good luck, pal.
Good luck, buddy.
I'll see you when it's inconvenient for you and I want attention.
Right. It's always that way, Mark. It's always that way.
Yeah. You're on the phone. Here, let me bother you. Or you want to do a podcast? Let me walk across your laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
cats, they're so great.
I love cats. Halo, the Halo TV show, Mark.
Yes.
The review, I'm not going to get into it much, but there's a little article called Halo TV show reviews are in, and the critics are comparing the series to The Mandalorian, but not in a good way. And I think this is what John was trying to convey in our group chat.
Yeah.
Because I was confused about the way he wrote it. So
yeah.
Like, so the reviews have been middle of the road. To not saying it's I haven't said anything it's like horrible, just it's good or it's okay. Yeah. But nothing like extremely either way.
Yeah. Like comparing Halo to The Mandalorian, that's like comparing like I don't know, I'm trying to think of something to compare it to. Like comparing a regular movie to like Citizen Kane or something like that. Like Mandalorian's like the top of the top storytelling and everything. It's like you're not going to get up there unless you're like going for it.
Well, let me add to that, Mark. First, let's say we have not seen it, so we can't compare ourselves until we this week. In the articles, in the reviews that I read, the reason they're comparing the two is because obviously it's separate from the video game. It's its own thing, but you have a protagonist who has the helmet on, and takes a younger person under his wing to protect. And the protagonist, the comparisons have been that this big guy in a suit who's supposed to be like a protector takes in this younger person, the lone wolf, that thing. But they're saying that Pedro Pascal, his chemistry and his acting is like so good with the helmet on and doing all that stuff that they're comparing it to Schreiber, who's doing Master Chief, and they're just saying it's just not that good compared. That's what
I mean, it's the writing and all that helps that.
Yes, definitely the writing and the directing.
Yeah.
So I don't. I'm just saying that I'm gonna wait. It comes out Wednesday,
Thursday or Friday, one of the two.
I think it's Thursday because I think it's gonna be Wednesday, Moon Knight, Halo Thursdays.
Maybe.
No, I think that's what it is. Anyway, the reviews have been that way. I can tell you. Okay, so the Hollywood Reporter, I'll read this to you and you'll get what I'm trying to say here. The creators adapted Halo in a way that basically renders it with an emphasis on basic, a clone of The Mandalorian, or Sweet Tooth, or The Road, or Lone Wolf and the Cub. Boasting no technological innovation to speak of, few performances to offer meaningful ground, and only limited action thrills. Halo is aggressively forgettable, which is at least several steps up from bad. Well, okay, well that's not a good review.
That's not a good review at all.
No.
But again, if you think about it, if this is basically like the first season of Mando, there really wasn't like a plethora of action in that first season. There was a couple episodes that had like a lot of, but it really wasn't any kind of like big space battles or any kind of big.
But it kept you. It kept us glued.
But we did all complain, like you complained, and other people also said it was a very bad guy of the week kind of that first season.
It made me how to get used. I think majority of us were like, well, we like the through line story.
Yeah.
And I think with Mando 2, they course corrected it where it's both.
Yeah.
And looking back now, my critique on that probably, like, I got used to what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I understood it. And it didn't bother me. But in the beginning, I was like, I want more of this, less of that. But overall, it was still a fantastic show.
Yeah, I think also that we're also getting the like not fatigue, but also like the difference of Mando is an original concept.
Right.
As in the character is an original character. It's not based off anything. It doesn't come from any other form of media.
Right.
Whereas the other two shows that have come since then that are people comparing them to, Boba Fett, well-established character, well-established lore, preconceived ideas on how the character should be.
You're right.
All that stuff. And Halo, I think, is going to get affected by that way more than anything else would.
Yes.
Because Halo has such a story behind it, such a lore behind it. And now they're basically trying to like change the story to make it different
for TV.
And I think that's what people are going to have issues with. I think that's where you're going to get a lot of the blowback from people is, well, wait a minute. Why? Like, I like that story. I played that story multiple times through different versions of the game. I don't want to I want it to be the video game. I don't want it to be this other story. Right. Kind of like the same thing we had with Cowboy Bebop, where it had the same like feel of the anime, and the different stories were connected kind of, but they changed it maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah.
To where your fan base is not into it.
Right. Yeah, it's Halo's gonna be tricky. Will they pull it off? Will they make us care? And I think what you just said is perfect, Mark. I can't add to that. I think you're right. I think Mando does work because it's an original idea, and it's refreshing.
Original idea set in a familiar setting.
Right.
I love Fallen Order, the video game.
Right.
It's an original character set inside a story that is already established that we all like.
Right.
Like, and you're basically just like using the world of Star Wars to tell a different story.
Right.
Whereas if they did Halo, and if that character that they're using as the main character wasn't Master Chief, it was maybe a different Spartan from a different time frame, and they did it that way, and they were like, here's Halo, we're telling you a story of Halo, but just a different like avenue, went a different direction with it. So it's set inside Halo, but not in the same, not the through story that everyone expects.
Right. It's tricky. It's very tricky balancing act they have to perform here. So you know what? I'm going to put a pin in this because I'm not going to make any judgment until.
I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah, me too.
The visuals look good. It doesn't look like a sci-fi show or anything, like a channel sci-fi show at least. It looks like somewhat decent.
Yeah, I mean, I paid for a year of Paramount Plus for this. So
I went and paid for a year. I'm doing it by the month. As soon as the show's over, it's gone.
I mean, I got the month. I mean, I paid for the year because it was $50, and I was just like, well, I can enjoy it for the year, and then after the year, I'm just gonna let it set sail. And then if Halo,
I'm gonna watch for it. So then it's not.
If Halo comes back, I'll wait for the whole. I'll re-up it again for the month. If it's only 6 episodes, it's like 2 months.
Nothing else on there that's anything worth watching?
No, not really.
I mean, the only other thing that I might watch while I still have it is the prequel to Yellowstone.
Oh, 1884.
Yeah, 1883, because it's got Sam Elliott in it, and I think he's amazing. So I might catch that, but that's about it. There's no other really. I don't want to see any of the CBS TV shows, so there's nothing that's going to grab me in to watch anything.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Mark, our last bit of news. The Boys trailer came out this past week, which I have not watched yet, which I will watch today.
Yes.
But the reason it made it into the news, the Boys trailer, okay, I'll set the stage. When you show a trailer for a movie, you have a green band trailer or a red band trailer.
Yes.
Green, for people don't know, that means it's general audiences. You're not going to see anything.
You can air it on TV. You can air it on, before other movies that don't fall underneath the
rated R
age group that your movie's trying to reach.
Right. Red band means it's not going to be a good trailer for everybody. It's going to have offensive
meant for anyone over 17.
Right. Offensive language, imagery, all that stuff.
Yes.
Well, for TV shows, they don't do that.
They don't have that rule.
So the Boys dropped their trailer for season 3, which is and it's going to be, coming out in June or May. I'm very excited for it. But the reason it made the news, the trailer was flagged for content 20 million times because of the octopus scene.
That makes sense.
Now, I have not watched a trailer yet, but now I'm intrigued. On Twitter, the Boys tweeted out, everyone's raving that the season 3 teaser is deeply unhinged and asking, what the fuck did we just watch? And then they have bullet points. Flagged for content over 20 million times. A record 603 views by the Boys Twitter administration. We're pretty sure Seth Rogen watched it. And Taika Waititi said, fuck yes. And like, I have not watched this, and there's a image of this octopus with a mouth open, and then you have what's his name?
Man. Yeah, the deep.
The deep, blue deep, looking at this octopus with like sexy eyes, bedroom eyes.
Yes.
And that to
you
me,
can kind of take it from there.
Yes.
They are doing Herogasm this season.
Yes.
So that should explain a lot to
now,
you.
in the graphic novel, Herogasm, I don't know if I'm spoiling it. In the graphic novel, which I suggest everyone read, the Herogasm is a island in so this is not, I don't know what the show's going to do, but it's an island where all the superheroes say they're going to do a space adventure, or they have to save the planet from something in space. So it takes all the superheroes off where they're from. They go to this island and they basically just fuck and do drugs. And they're letting off steam. And they basically, all the rich, like they bring in like prostitutes, they get them high, they just, and people will die because they don't care. And some shit in the graphic novel goes down at Herogasm at this island that sets off some events, which I'm sure is what's going to happen here.
Yes.
So like I said, I am not ruining the show because I have not seen it, but that's the graphic novel take.
Yeah.
So it comes out June 3rd. Mark, I'm going to watch it now.
Okay.
Well, you can cut this out.
I will.
All right.
I'm gonna bring it up too, just so
we can watch it together.
It's been a bit since I watched it.
All right. Oh man, that does look good. The octopus scene is so quick, but I can't believe people.
It's interesting.
It's gonna be good, man. I'm excited. I'm pumped. And last season they put it out weekly. So I think we'll have to do it weekly. My wife watches it with me, so I got to get her on board. She likes for the show to end and then we can watch it throughout the week.
We
But
can't do that.
I know this is gonna. I might have to watch it on my own and then watch it with her, but not tell her or something.
Yeah.
But man, I am excited for that. That looks awesome.
Yeah, June 3rd. So that'll be right after probably. Oof. Yeah, there's gonna be something in between there. Right after.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is in May, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so it'll be right after that gets done, or in the process of that happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's gonna be good.
So much content. It's like
it's overloading.
It is. It is.
Too much. Now, Mark, before we go, you got all 3 of the helmets, the Star Wars
Lego
helmets. Did you build them yet or no?
I've not. I'm building the first one this Saturday.
I got to get the Mandalorian. That's going to be my next
all 3 of them are epic. The Death Trooper or Dark Trooper, whichever they're calling it, looks awesome. I'm doing that one first, I think. So I'm thinking Dark Trooper, then Mando, then the Luke Skywalker X-Wing helmet. That'll be the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't going to do it this way, but I ended up getting a bonus from work. And I happened to stop at Target, just to stop at Target because I was on my way to work. And I'm like, oh, let me swing into Target because I knew they were coming out.
Yeah.
See what they have. And they had the Dark Trooper one. And there was a person, I didn't know Lego sends out people to stock their shelves.
Yeah.
I thought like just the Target people did it, but I guess they don't. Like Lego has their own stocker people that take the stuff out and put it up and everything. So she was there and I was talking with her because I was like, oh, she's like, oh, because I was like, I don't know if like, do you have to know if they have the other 2 here? Just curious. And she's like, no, we don't. And she goes, I know that they're hugely popular and that they're gonna like have to probably put out another set of them if they decide to, but they usually don't. She goes, I know that they've become like during the pandemic, the helmets have become really popular. So
yeah.
It's like, oh.
Well, it helps.
So I checked out Lego.com and they were there. And I was like, why not? So
yeah. And I would say they're mid-tier, low-tier when it comes to money. I mean, they're not that expensive.
No, they're like 80 bucks, like 70. I think they're like 60 bucks a pop.
Right. And sometimes on sale, you can get them for 50.
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah. But I know like the Mandalorian is like a really anticipated one. And I know the X-Wing one is a really anticipated one too, because it's the first open-faced helmet that they've done. So I know people are very into that one. But I was like, yeah, I mean, for 3 of them, and they might put out more, I guess she was saying. There's like room, like they might put out more in the series. Because last year there was 5.
Right.
So they might do more. But you still have like the Snow Troopers helmet that can come out. AT-AT driver helmet that can come out. I know that's rumored. So, but yeah, it's become my thing. It's my new
obsession,
new side hobby.
I'm
They're not like major projects to do either. Like it doesn't take amount of like it takes a couple hours, but not
right.
It's a nice like pick a day, a weekend day that you have nothing going on and just Lego.
Yeah, the I'm looking at the Dark Trooper helmet is really cool.
Yeah, and it's a Target exclusive, so you can only get it at Lego.com or at Target.
It's so weird the pricing because the Star Wars ones are $60, but then if you go and I'm looking at like the Infinite Gauntlet is $70, Batman is $50.
Yeah.
Then if you do the Trooper helmet, which is the cheapest Star Wars, at $50.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader is $70. It's weird. Darth Vader is more than
when the new ones came out, they officially retired the Scout Trooper, I think.
Yeah.
Scout Trooper and Darth Vader's helmets. So they're not going to make any more of those.
Okay, so that's good to know. Those are the ones I got to get.
Yeah. So if you find them, you got to get them because they're not going to be around. Because that's a thing that Lego started doing. They started retiring models, so that way, like, they become valuable. Like, you can't find them again
Right.
in stores and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want to do Mando. I think that's the one I want to get next. They do. I'm looking here. They actually have Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool. That's $100 for Thor's hammer.
it's a big one. It's about the size of the R2.
R2? Oh wow. Okay, that makes sense.
R2 that's expensive. That's like $200.
$200. Yeah.
But it's worth it. That was that one took a while. But it looks awesome. But it's finished.
I have them all in my Target cart, like save for later. So then I see when their prices drop or whatever.
When the sales happen.
Yeah. So, but Mando, I might just bite before a sale. I might just bite on that one.
Yeah.
But
the Dark Trooper one, I would say if you're going to get it, I'd get it
one
early because it's a Target exclusive.
Yeah.
Once Target sells out of them, they're not going to get more of them. The girl said so.
Maybe I'll get that. That one's cool.
Yeah, it does look really neat.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Well, it's been a show. Next week we will. Next week, Tuesday.
Yes.
Every other week, we'll have to switch between Monday and Tuesday because of my work.
Yeah.
We will be talking about the first episode of Halo.
Yes.
And what
getting ready for Moon Knight.
And getting ready for Moon Knight. So,
yes.
So it should be a lot of fun. And like us and follow us. We're on the Facebooks. We're on the YouTube. And
you know what we could do next week?
What?
Talking about how we schedule the shows. We should do it like not a deep dive, but just a overview of who is Moon Knight. Because I know a lot of people don't know who Moon Knight is, but we do.
All right, let's do it. I'll do some research about because it came out in 1975, right?
I think so. That's the first issue.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even born when it came out.
So I know, but I mean, we've also I've read a lot of the Moon Knight comics because
I'm reading the new run, but I'm not familiar with the old.
Name is the same as mine, so and it's spelled the same way. So that was been a pull for me to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, the new stuff I'm reading, but I've never read the old stuff. So I mean, maybe we can do some research and talk about the history of Moon Knight. That'd be kind of.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, all right, that's our homework. I can do that too. So,
okay.
All right, Mark. We will see everybody next Tuesday.
Yes.
With Halo review and Moon Knight.
Yes, as always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. Check us out. We're on Spotify, everywhere you can find podcasts. We are there. Everyone, as always, be safe, be kind.
Rewind.
Bye, everybody.